And welcome everybody to episode 2 of the Dad Pod with Brad Alexander. You got it, folks. We have had some Facebook technical issues over the last few weeks because I cannot use the H word, if you know what I'm talking about, because we will get spammed like no other. But hey, we've got everything taken care of. I have a new Facebook page. We have a new podcast page, and we are ready to rock and roll with the Dad Pod. It's really the Dad Bod, because if y'all know me, I got the Dad Bod. Take away the B, insert the P, and we have a Dad Pod. So before we bring on our guest today, I want to give everybody a little bit of an understanding of how the Dad Pod was born. First of all, I'm 45 years old. I am in my second career. Um, I've lived in multiple cities in the state of Texas, never lived anywhere outside the state of Texas. And I have had the honor to come into contact with all kinds of great people. My daughter, she'll probably tell you that I know everybody in town. All right. So I have had the opportunity to come in contact with great people, from the secondary coach or from the defensive coordinator at Auburn, Wesley McGriff, to Jonathan Lethwich, pastor down in Rockport, Texas now. I've come in contact with a lot of people. And since I've been blessed to come in contact with all those people, I want everybody else to get to know them. One other thing I've came in to realize is over the last few years, call it COVID, I don't know, is that people haven't taken the opportunity to get to know people. You see, if someone is doing something or saying something, we've become a very judgmental society. So hey, we're not going to judge people. I don't understand why my daughter at the age of 15 has eyelashes and makeup. I don't understand, but it doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong. I just want everybody to know, hey, different people, different strokes for different folks. So we are going to bring on as many different people to the Dad Pod so they can explain their story and who they are. So that's that. Who am I first? I am Brad Alexander. I was a high school coach and teacher for 15 years. I've now been a realtor for over 10 years. Me and my wife, Stephanie, own a real estate business. I'm a father of two beautiful girls, one 12 being Madison, one 15, who's our guest today, Brooklyn, and own a real estate business, used to be a coach. And if I'm not selling real estate, I'm probably doing something with my girls' involvement. Without further ado, our guest today, Brooklyn Alexander.
Hi guys.
All right, so we've got Brooklyn. Brooklyn, first question. You're 15 years old. You go to Hayes High School. Just so y'all know, most podcasts or the dad pods, I won't know so much about people. I know a lot about Brooklyn. So I'm going to coach her through some of these questions and see if we can get some good answers. Brooklyn, tell us about who you are and what you enjoy.
So I enjoy going to the lake with my friends and hanging out with my friends at rodeos, um, and hanging out with my dogs and doing just like hair and beauty stuff.
There you go. Guys, hair and beauty stuff. So, Brooklyn, 12-year-old Brooklyn, no hair and beauty stuff. 15-year-old Brooklyn. Now, people have started paying my daughter to do their eyelashes. Guys, I don't understand these eyelash things, but my wife has explained to me you are a father of two daughters. Deal with it. So I deal with it. You mentioned the rodeo. You said something about. Tell us more about rodeo. What do you do? Do you bull ride? What's going on there?
So I high school rodeo and jackpot, and I do barrel racing, and I also pole bend. So at I do Region 6 high school rodeo, and it's every other It's every month, a couple weeks spread out, and all my friends go, and it's really fun.
All right. So, do you borrow someone's horse? Do you have your own horse? What do you what do you do for that?
I have my own horse. His name is Gunner. He's a big puppy dog, and he just likes a bunch of attention.
All right. Is Gunner your first horse, or like how long have you been doing this? So the tease going into this podcast, Brooklyn, was how did Brooklyn go from ballet? Brooklyn is the daughter of a dance coach, by the way. How did Brooklyn go from ballet to barrels?
So I started off doing dance, and I didn't really like it at the end towards like fifth grade. So I told my dad on the way home that I wanted
Wait,
to,
where were we at?
from the San Antonio Livestock Show, that I wanted to run barrels. And then I saw someone on YouTube, Fallon Taylor, doing it, and that's why I wanted to do it. And then he told me that I had to do something, and that's whenever I told him I wanted to do barrel racing, and that I was gonna have to be the one to tell my mom that I wanted to quit dance. So then I started off at like a camp during the summer, and we figured that we needed to go somewhere that was more focused on barrel racing. So we went to Raptor 77, and from there I started doing lessons with Tammy, and I really loved it. So then, about a year into doing lessons with her, I got my first horse, Boone, and I had him for 2 years. And he qualified me to state in the finals twice. And then, whenever I decided I want to do high school rodeo, we got Gunner as a step up horse.
So she made state finals in 4-H on Boone. So that was clarification on that. So she had so yeah, I made her tell her mom that she wanted to quit dance because I did not want to be the one to tell the dance mom, hey, by the way, your daughter wants to quit dance and barrel race. By the way, folks, we don't own land. We live in a subdivision. We did not own a horse. We did not own a trailer. And my daughter found this person on YouTube named Fallon Taylor. Since then, we've met Fallon, what, twice, Brooklyn? Yeah, so she's got this meet and talk with Fallon Taylor twice. Come to find out, Fallon Taylor quit dance to barrel race. Fallon Taylor showed pigs in 4-H, and of course, she barrel raced because she made the NFR. That so you are currently in season, is that correct? With high school rodeo.
Yes,
Right?
we just had our first region rodeo.
How did that go?
So the Saturday we ran a 17.5 in barrels, which is a little bit slower for us, and a 23 in poles because we were just trying to get it figured out. And then on Sunday we came back and ran another 17.5 in barrels, and then we ran a 21.5 in poles to place 7th in the round.
So to give you all a little bit of history, last year was Brooklyn's freshman year of high school, was our first year of doing high school rodeo. And folks, let me tell you all about this high school rodeo. I need to go probably in October, the next high school rodeo. I will do a live video. I'll get like in the back of the truck and let Brooklyn drive me around and just let me show y'all just how many trailers, living quarter trailers and trailers that are being hauled by 18 wheelers. And it's nuts, folks. It is for sure. High school rodeo is, I mean, I once made the comment that it was like going to high school, going from what we were doing to to high school rodeo was like going from 2A football to 6A football. And a dad once told me, he said, no, you got that wrong. It's from going from 2A football to playing against people like the University of Texas. It's going D1. So that kind of tells you how competitive. So day 2, Sunday, you ran a 17.5, right? We're still trying to pick up. We're trying to find 3 to 5/10 of a second on Gunner. We've lost it. We're trying to bring that back. What else happened Sunday?
I ran a 21.5 in poles, and it got me back to seventh place in the final placings.
So to clarify this, there is a rodeo on Saturday and Sunday once a month, and we go to Gonzales, Texas. Saturday is a full rodeo, and Sunday is a full rodeo. We end up having 12 rodeos. It's 6 weekends, 12 rodeos, and the only way that you get points is get in the top 10. So Brooklyn got in the top 10 on polls on Sunday. So and folks, let me tell you that's a big thing. So Brooklyn, let's talk about you in life as a barrel racer. Do you ride Gunner like once a week? Do you ride Gunner? What's a normal schedule of a barrel racer?
So whenever it's really hot outside, I'll go out either in the summer, early in the mornings, or really late at night. So like right before the sun goes down. And he gets ridden 4 to 5 times a week. And then usually we're running on the weekends. So he'll get breathing treatment for his asthma every other day whenever he's running on the weekends, and then 2 to 3 times a week whenever he's not running. And then he just gets exercise, and then on Tuesdays we go to dripping and we work the pattern.
So practice Tuesday night is in Dripping Springs, Texas. You talked about asthma. So yes, Gunner has asthma, everybody. So let's talk a little bit about so let's assume that you're going to make a run at 9 o'clock in the morning at high school rodeo, right? What does that day look like?
So at like 6:30, my dad will go out and feed, and then we'll give him an hour to eat.
3 hours before we feed.
And then at 7, we go and we give his shot of Lasix because he bleeds from his lungs because of his asthma, and he'll get a breathing treatment and gut health. And then I'll go and I'll get ready, and then at around 8 o'clock, we go and we tack up, and then we usually say a prayer, and then we go and warm up for about 20 to 30 minutes. Then we go in and we put his leg protection boots on, and we get ready to make a run.
And then she runs we have a whole routine. So and she'll usually run barrels at high school rodeo between 9 and 10. And then she usually runs poles around 1 o'clock ish. So life of a barrel racer, man. Hey, what did the school do for you this year to kind of allow you to get some extra practice time in?
So whenever winter comes around and the sun goes down really early, it's hard to get out and ride and feed pigs. So I get out of school now at 2:50, and so I get 2 off periods every day, or an off period every day, and then 2 off periods on Friday. So I get out early and I get to just go out and ride before the sun goes down.
So me being her father, this is the dad pod. We have some friends in Dripping Springs that did this, but basically I wrote Brooklyn's assistant principal and counselor, and wrote some people around and said, hey, we need to quit looking at Brooklyn and her horse as a PE activity. And, we need to, if football players get athletics every day, then maybe the barrel racer should get athletics every day. And they totally agreed, got on board. And so now Brooklyn gets out of school an hour early every day so that we can get her to the barn, tack up, ride her horse before the sun goes down. Because when the time changes in October, that is hard to do. So you have mentioned Pigs. What does a what do you mean pigs? You have like a pig in your house, pig in your backyard. What's up with pigs?
No, so we show pigs through 4-H, and we usually get 5 to 6 pigs a year, and we have them from usually like August to like October, from to like May or March, and then we just show them throughout the year, and they become like big pets. And yeah, we just show them through 4-H.
So speaking of 4-H, what is your role in 4-H, and what 4-H chapter are you a member of?
I'm a part of the Beautiful 4-H, and I'm the first vice president.
Beautiful 4-H in the first 5. Have you ever? So you show these pigs. You said at multiple different shows. Just so y'all know, since I am the dad of the Dad Pod, we show usually at 2 or 3 jackpots to get the girls used to showing. Then we have a county livestock show, which is the last weekend in January, always the last full weekend in January. Then we go to San Antonio in February. And then in the past, we have gone to a show in Belton in March. But this year, Brooklyn has qualified for a national barrel race. So Brooklyn may be in Fort Worth barrel racing. Madison may be in Belton pig showing. We will get back to you on the logistics of that come March. But Brooklyn, what I want to ask you is, have you had any? What do you have a favorite pig you've ever had? Have you ever won? What tell us about your history showing pigs?
So I started showing pigs in 4th grade, and we just had one pig, and her name was Princess. And then the next year, we started to get more serious about it, so we went and we got a couple more pigs. And then we really just started getting more and more every year, and we started doing better and better. My first good one, her name was Cash, and she did really good. She won a lot, and she was probably one of my favorite pigs because they just have a really big personality. And she won me a banner at the San Antonio Open show, and she wasn't a great mother, but she went back up to Illinois where we had got her from, and she produced one of my other very good pigs, Zanero, and Zanero won a lot too.
And just so y'all know, so the girls name their pigs. Right now, the pigs in the barn are named Money and Betsy. And Money is because every good Burke, it's a type of breed of a pig. It started with Cash, and then we went to Dinero. Last year was Moolah, and this year we have Money. So Brooklyn has named all of her good Burks. Hopefully, this one's a good one this year. Cole Reeves. So she has every good Burke she's ever had has had a name had to do something with money: Cash, Dinero, Moolah, and now Money. So how big do the pigs get whenever you show them at the end of the year?
So whenever they're at county, they're about 245 pounds to like 300 pounds. And then at San Antonio, the purebreds, which is like the Burks and the Spots, they get pretty heavy. And the crosses, they stay around 250 to 300. And at Belton is whenever they get really big. So they're getting up past 300 at Belton.
Do y'all eat what's the end result of these pigs?
So we only show girl pigs, which are gilts. And after we are done showing them, if they're good enough, they get bought by a breeder to go be like mamas and hopefully produce really good offspring. And if they're not like as good as we wanted them to be, we still try to sell them to another breeder that can hopefully breed them to a really good boar. And if they're a lease pig, they will go back to their breeder from like wherever they came from.
Good deal. What is your favorite thing to do at the lake?
My favorite thing to do at the lake is probably go tubing with my friends because it just makes really good memories and things that we can laugh about for a really long time.
What is your favorite subject in school?
Um,
You
my
can't
favorite
use
subject, it would probably be like a science class or my equine science. So like my animal class, my ag classes, or just like chemistry or biology.
Last thing, kind of kept us towards the end. There is a rodeo in March called the Patriot. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the Patriot is a national barrel race and rodeo. It has all the events, and you can qualify by going to qualifiers around where you live, and you have to qualify through a sanctioned rodeo. So once you qualify in at the end of February, beginning of March, we go up there for a whole week and we make like multiple runs and we just try to make it all back to the short go.
The short go to y'all people that think of a track meet, you have the prelims and the finals. So Brooklyn has qualified in polls for the Patriots. So that's where we will be the first week in March. But Brooklyn, that's in March. What is going on this weekend?
This weekend, I'm going to be running at the Gunner Thames Rodeo.
So there is this awesome family, the Thames family, who tragically lost their son years ago in a rodeo accident. Um, and it just so happened that when we went horse shopping, the horse we found was named Gunner. So years ago, whenever we first started showing pigs in the stock show, Mr. Thames bought Brooklyn's first pig. And then year number 2, Mr. Thames bought Brooklyn's second pig. Year number 3, Mr. Thames bought Brooklyn's third pig. And so ever since then, Mr. Thames buys Brooklyn's pigs at the stock show. We have got to know the Thames family quite well, and they allow Brooklyn. So the Gunner Thames Memorial Foundation Rodeo is in Wimberley at the VFW Arena. It is a great atmosphere. The Gunner Thames family gives back tremendously to the community, to the kids, and they allow Brooklyn to run in the rodeo. It's a pro rodeo, right? Brooklyn is not pro, right? So they allow her to run in it. It's a great experience. Brooklyn, is that right? I mean, the crowd usually gets pretty loud whenever she comes out of the gate. So we would like to thank the Gunner Thames family and the foundation for allowing that. Brooklyn, do you have anything else to share about life as a teenager, raising 2 dogs, countless pigs, a horse named Gunner, riding the tube at the lake, doing your grandmother's and mom's friends' eyelashes? What else is there about Brooklyn?
I think that's pretty much all. I think that's pretty much all.
There you go. So if you need your eyelashes done, don't call my daughter, call me. All right. I'll hook you up. She's really, really good at it. And she needs some spare change because being a teenage girl with the nails and the eyelashes and the 7 jeans and all isn't cheap, is it, Brooklyn? I mean, it's expensive to be a girl, right? So if you need your eyelashes done, hey, we can start a little business on the side. Folks, this is episode 2 of the Dad Pod. The Dad Bod, take away the B, insert the P. We got the Dad Pod. Please share these videos. Please like it. Go to the Dad Pod with Brad Alexander Facebook page. like it, share it, tell everybody about it. All we're trying to do, folks, is build relationships one conversation at a time. Don't judge people, get to know them. I'm Brad Alexander, your local realtor. She's Brooklyn Alexander. There you go, folks. That's episode 2. We will see you next week.